Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And literally, guys, the second that I get off the plane, get back in the studio, we get a TRO going against the engaged in business rule from the ATF. This one you're going to want to send out because this, while temporary, is a heck of a good start and a little chalk on the board for GOA. Great work to those guys. Everything will be linked in the description box below. And I can't wait to hear about this one from you guys in the comments field. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on because we have some freedom to push forward for that next generation. Check it out. Announcement of within an hour ago. Gun Owners Foundation. Judge Kaczmarek partially granted our request for a nationwide temporary restraining order against the ATF's universal registration check rule. Officially, our victory protects Texans, GOA, Gun Owners Foundation, Virginia, VCDL, VCDL and TFA members for now. Now, this is really crucial. What they're referring to as the ATF's Universal Registration Check Rule is the Engaged in Business Rule. That's the one that they just came out and changed, that John Cornyn was all up in arms about because he let them do it, you know, that whole thing. That's what they're referring to. So you being called a dealer or a business dealer if you sold one firearm, that's the rule we're talking about, okay? But let me show you some of the stuff from this actual TRO, and a lot of this is really good. All right, check this out. Let's dive right into it. So as you can see, it's the state of Texas versus the ATF, memorandum, opinion, and order. Before the court is plaintiff's motion for temporary restraining order, filed on May 9th, 2024. Defendants responded on May 14th, that would be the ATF and the DOJ in this case, 2024. Having reviewed the materials, the court grants in part the motion. We're going to get to that in part in a second. Accordingly, defendants are hereby temporarily restrained from enforcing the regulations. So ATF, you can't do what you want to do, which is on the eve of when it was going to become enforceable, tomorrow on the 20th, all right? Definition of engaged in business as a dealer in firearms, published at 89 Federal Registration 28968, April 19th, will not to be codified, against plaintiffs Texas, Jeffrey Tormey, the Gun Owners of America Incorporated, the Gun Owners Foundation, the Tennessee Firearms Association, and the Virginia Citizens Defense League through June 2nd of 2024. So, effectively, this TRO is for a certain amount of people. We're going to get to that in a second, but it pushes it all the way to the 2nd of June. Okay, so about 2 weeks. All right, let's keep going on this because this stuff that's inside this TRO is pretty tasty. I'm going to be honest. Here we go. 4 states, a handful of organizations, and an individual citizen argue that the final rule violates the Administrative Procedure Act and the U.S. Constitution. Now, the Administrative Procedure Act is what they've been running afoul of a lot recently, particularly from the ATF. A lot of the arguments have started in the APA before they even get into the constitutional questions. All right. In their view, the final rule is arbitrary and capricious, in excess of ATF's lawful authority, absolutely is, an abuse of ATF's discretion, in a contravention of the BSCA, that's the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, that's the John Cornyn special, and it's violative of the Second and Fourth Amendments. Plaintiffs aver that they will suffer irreparable harm when the final rule takes effect as scheduled on May 20th, 2024, so tomorrow. Defendants respond that the plaintiffs don't have standing, and even if they did, their claims fail on the merits. That is ATF 101. Ironically, this is what the judge in the TRO states. Plaintiffs are substantially likely to prevail on the merits. The final rule likely violates the APA. We've heard that a lot in the last 3 years with things like the ghost gun registration or regulations, things like pistol brace regulations. All of these same things, the same way they're doing it, or they're violating the same rules. All right, this is all about pushing more and more gun control to the forefront for Biden to get more and more gun control accolades so that he can push more votes to the polling box. That's exactly what we're talking about here. And it got smoked, again, now temporarily for a certain amount of people, but that's exactly how a bunch of other regulations fell to begin with as well. So, for the foregoing reasons, plaintiffs are substantially likely to succeed on the merits of their APA claims. As such, further analysis of other claims, including their constitutional ones, is unnecessary at this time. They don't even need to go into the constitutional concerns because they did it wrong on the rule side. That's what that means. The ATF has usurped the power of Congress. They're doing it wrong. And before we even talk about the infringements of the Second Amendment and I believe the Fifth Amendment, this is I mean, this is not a good look, guys. This is really great for us. It's temporary in scope for 2 weeks and applies to the certain people I'm about to get into. But, I mean, come on, guys. Excuse me, it was Second and Fourth Amendments that they referenced. So, this is where it became partially enforceable, okay? Plaintiffs, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Utah fail to demonstrate standing. So those don't get in this TRO. So it's only the state of Texas and the foundations and individual, okay? Let me show you what's happening here for the people who actually get it. However, the plaintiffs, Texas, so the state of Texas, Tormey, who is an individual, and affiliated organizations have sufficiently demonstrated standing for the purposes of the requested temporary restraining order. The court takes each in turn. So those are the ones that are actually benefiting from this TRO. The other states that I just mentioned, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Utah, they do not have standing in this ruling, okay? Keep that in mind, because this is where it gets really complicated, because now the ATF has to do one set of rules for Texas and the group of people here, like the organizations, like GOA, Virginia Citizens Defense League, the other ones that I mentioned, Tennessee Rifle, Tennessee, I got to do it right. I got to give them I got to actually say who it is because I want to make sure they get credit for it. Tennessee Firearms Association, there we go. So all of these organizations get the benefit, but the others don't. So there's rules for thee, but not for these others. It's very convoluted. So I'm going to read you the conclusion, and we'll wrap this entire thing, because this is a heck of a good start. Again, June 2nd, but still. This is the conclusion. Defendants are temporarily restrained from enforcing the regulations, definition of engaged in the business as dealing in firearms. Against plaintiffs Texas, Jeffrey Tormey, the Gun Owners America Incorporated, the Gun Owners Foundation, the Tennessee Firearms Association, and the Virginia Citizens Defense League, through June 2nd, 2024, plaintiffs Louisiana, Mississippi, and Utah are excluded from the relief granted herein, so ordered May 19th. And there you go, the judge's signature. So basically, guys, to start off the week very early and to wrap the weekend, the ATF got another bloody nose, and some of their rules that they put in place arbitrarily. And you love to see it, because we said it was going to happen, but I guess they don't believe us, guys. That's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.